Air leaving lungs in an exhausted wave, releasing all the tension that the body gave. Sound of a relief that has no words to speak, making every defense mechanism weak. Acoustic guitar chords sustaining the release, offering the spirit an unexpected peace. Upright bass dropping with a heavy sigh, watching all the complicated reasons die. Cello strings vibrating with a mournful breath, simulating life and simulating death. Shoulders dropping downward from the tightened ear, clearing out the clutter and the residue of fear. Sometimes an expression is a gust of wind blowing through the places where we discipline. No explanation needed for the heavy breath, just a soft surrender to the quiet death. Anatomy of a sighing chest at rest, putting all the heavy calculations to the test. Exhaling the burden of a weary day, watching every particle of stress dissolve away, dropping every anchor as we fall asleep. Inhale the silence of the empty waiting room, exhale the shadow of the afternoon gloom. Nothing is as honest as a tired chest asking for nothing other than a simple rest. Breathing in the quiet of the closing night, breathing out the remnants of artificial light. Lungs expanding slowly in a rhythmic wave, taking all the comfort that the silence gave. Anatomy of a sighing chest at rest, putting all the heavy calculations to the test. Exhaling the burden of a weary day, watching every particle of stress dissolve away. Exhale slow, deep sleep. Drawing maps of countries that don't have a name, every midnight border looking just the same. Pillows growing heavy with a silent dream, sailing down an unremembered dark blue stream. Muted bass notes walking through a quiet town as the eyelids slowly and securely down. Fingers tracing patterns on the mattress hem, visiting a world of long forgotten men, crossing over curtains made of down and fleece, finding in the darkness an absolute peace. No alarms are ringing in this phantom state. Nobody is waiting by a closing gate. Cartography of slumber in the velvet night, drawing every contour out of missing light, floating on the surface of a deep abyss, waking up from nothing with a quiet kiss. Oh, drift away to a land where daylight never has to stay. Stars are burning softly on the ceiling white, guiding every sleeper through the velvet height, letting go of tension in a rhythmic wave, taking all the comfort that the shadows gave. Unmapped territories opening their doors, walking silently on imaginary floors. Nothing can disturb the quiet of the night, fading softly out of waking sight. Surface of a deep abyss, waking up from nothing with a quiet kiss. Close the eyes, dreaming deep, silence wins. Embers glowing softly in the iron grate, waiting for a moment that is coming late. Cracking sounds of timber in the quiet room, pushing back the borders of the evening gloom. Acoustic guitar playing out a simple tune, waiting for the rising of a winter moon. A bright bass vibrating with the warmth untold, keeping off the bitterness of outside cold. Cello strings are humming like a distant choir, sitting in the presence of the dying fire. Sparks of orange leaping up to disappear, washing out the remnants of an old-time fear. Heat is fading slowly from the heavy stone, sure I know I'm sitting here alone. Not a single worry in the glowing light, surrender to the magic of a silent night. Echoes of the hearth in an empty place, warming up the lines of an unsmiling understood. Warm and slow, where the quiet ashes of the evening go. Ashes turning gray upon the heavy hearth, finishing the cycle of a winter's birth. Listening to whispers of the dying coal, resting every corner of a weary soul. Timber collapsing into glowing dust, keeping up a quiet and unbroken trust. Fire turning down into a sleepy red. Time to pull the covers up around the bed. Echoes of the hearth in an empty place, warming up the lines of an unsmiling face. Nothing is as comforting as burning wood, living in a moment that is understood. Dying fire, quiet ash, sleepy night. Paper lanterns hanging low in the evening room, chasing out the shadows from the heavy gloom. Wax is dripping slowly down the wooden base, leaving down a quiet and familiar trace. Finger-picked guitars are ringing soft and slow. Nowhere else in all the world we have to go. A bright bass vibrating like a beating heart, keeping all the pieces of the night apart. Cello strings are weeping in a minor key, sailing down an unremembered quiet sea. Dust is dancing softly in the yellow beam, living on the borders of a quiet dream. Flame is flickering as though it wants to speak, making every heavy architecture weak, holding on to silence like a precious prize, closing up the weary and exhausted eyes. Paper lanterns burning in the fading light, guiding every phantom through the velvet night. Nothing needs a reason, nothing needs a word, just the quiet music that has barely stirred. Soft and deep, secrets that the evening wants so much to keep. Wick is getting shorter as the hours pass, looking at the reflection on the window glass. Acoustic arpeggio maintaining time, gentle groove. Paper lanterns burning in the fading light, guiding every phantom through the velvet night. Nothing needs a reason, nothing needs a word, just the quiet music that has barely stirred. Flame goes out, quiet room, darkness settles. World reduced to shades of silver, gray, and black. No desire ever for color back. Charcoal sketches drawn upon a paper sheet, where the lonely thoughts and quiet feelings meet. Acoustic arpeggio playing out a tone, proving that it's beautiful to be alone. Upright bass walking with a somber, heavy grace, filling up the corners of an empty space. Cello weeping softly underneath the line, marking out the borders of a dark design. Shadows falling cleanly on the plaster wall, not a single color in the room at all. Stripping off the layers of the loud highway, living in a palette where the shadows stay. Quiet as a winter morning in the snow, watching all the vibrant decorations go. Monochrome solitude in a world of white, hiding from the noise of artificial light. Every shade of gray, a story to be told, worth more than a mountain of synthetic gold. Dark and deep, secrets that the quiet pencil wants to keep. Graphite lines dissolving in a gentle smudge, not a single person here to count or judge. Resting in the beauty of a minimalist frame, without any title or a spoken name. Black and white embracing in a timeless bond, looking at a future that is far beyond. Nothing needs to sparkle, nothing needs to shine, just this quiet rhythm and a single line. Monochrome solitude in a world of white, Ceramic vessel holding up the bitter steam, waking up the edges of a morning dream. Liquid amber cooling down beside my hand, written like a message in the desert sand. Acoustic guitar plucking out a steady line, tasting every drop of an unhurried wine. Upright bass providing a foundation deep, while the rest of morning is half asleep. Cello strings sustaining a reflective sigh, watching all the vapor rise into the sky. Porcelain is cracked along the painted rim, in this atmosphere so beautiful and dim. Holding on to warmth while it begins to fade, thinking of the choices that we ever made. Every sip a meditation on the past. Nothing in this universe was built to last. Philosophy of teacups in the morning chill, knowing how to harbor what is standing still, emptying the vessel to the very base, finding an enlightenment in hollow space. Warm and clear, whispering the secrets that we long to hear. Leaves settled down at the bottom of the cup, telling up a story that is looking up. Not a single answer to a heavy doubt, just the bitter liquid flowing in and out. Steam disappearing into empty air, leaving only stillness sitting on the chair. Ceramic cooling down against my open palm, giving up the chaos for a quiet calm. Philosophy of teacups in the morning chill, knowing how to harbor what is standing still, emptying the vessel to the very base, finding an enlightenment in hollow space. Empty cup, quiet mind, morning peace. Teacup sitting empty on a windowsill, in a room where everything is standing still. Fine layer of powder settling on the rim, as the afternoon is getting faint and dim. Of undisturbed repose, guiding where the gentle river softly goes. Fingers brushing over glaze that used to shine, marking out the passage of a slow timeline.
Fragile things are sacred in their quiet way,
not demanding anything from yesterday,
just existing softly in the dusty air,
without any burden or a single care. Porcelain and dust upon a quiet ledge, living on the margin of a razor's edge. Nothing can disturb the stillness in this room, hiding from the noise inside a gentle gloom. Pure and white,
holding on to beauty in the fading light. Sunlight fading out behind the curtain fold,
turning all the copper into silent gold.
Not a single crack upon the fragile bowl,
healing up the corners of a weary soul.
Silent afternoon wrapping round the glass,
watching all the quiet shadows gently pass.
Nothing ever breaks unless we make it fall,
standing safely by the plaster wall. Porcelain and dust upon a quiet ledge, living on the margin of a razor's edge. Nothing can disturb the stillness in this room, hiding from the noise inside a gentle gloom. Leave it there,
undisturbed,
peaceful dust. Tree branches swaying by the window frame, casting dark silhouettes without a name, moving back and forth across the white wall, catching every pattern as the shadows fall. Acoustic guitar matching up the gentle sway, dancing with the ghosts of a departed day. Upright bass stepping with a silent grace, tracing out the contours of the vacant space. Cello pad weeping with a steady chord, writing down a story that was never scored. Moonlight filtering through curtains made of lace, showing every wrinkle of an ancient place. Theater of shadows on a plaster screen, showing all the places that we should have been, moving like a phantom in a silent dance, caught inside a meditative deep trance. Shadows on the plaster, moving to and fro, writing down the secrets that we used to know, watching every contour stretch and disappear when the early morning starts to glimmer near, where a single voice to interrupt the show. Just the steady shadows moving nice and slow. Plaster walls absorbing every silent sign, tracing out a delicate and winding line. Wind is dying down outside the window glass, watching all the phantom characters out past. On the plaster, moving to and fro, writing down the secrets that we used to know. Watching every contour stretch and disappear when the early morning starts to glimmer near. Shadows fade,
rooms beneath the surface where no sound can reach, far away from anything that towns can teach.
Stone walls keeping out the turbulence of air. Nothing else can touch you when you're sitting there.
Acoustic guitar playing notes of heavy lead, resting like a quiet halo round the head. A bright bass rumbling in a subterranean scale, telling up an ancient and forgotten tale.
Cello strings echoing against the damp rock,
keeping up a rhythm like a broken clock.
Moisture gathering upon the ancient floor, closing up a heavy insecure stone door. Pressure the earth above is soft and deep, guiding every heartbeat into heavy sleep. No alarms can penetrate this stony vault, bringing every nervous energy to a halt.
Subterranean quietude in stone and clay,
far away from trouble of the modern day. Breathing in the mineral and heavy damp, guided by the flickering of an oil lamp. Deep below, where the tranquil waters of the cavern go.
Shadows stretching outward in the torchless hall, nothing left to conquer and nowhere to fall.
Resting in the center of the planet's core, not desiring anything or anyone anymore. Earth embracing everything within its arms, safe from all the superficial city charms. Total isolation in a quiet womb, making out a palace from a rocky tomb. Shaft of light descending on the wooden floor, illuminating things we never saw before. Millions of particles floating in the beam, living out the chapters of a quiet dream. Acoustic guitar plucking out a gentle chord, praising every beauty that is unexplored. Upright bass humming like an ancient string, celebrating everything the shadows bring. Cello pad sustaining a magnificent repose, guiding where the river of the morning goes. Nothing has a weight in this ethereal space. Time has lost the contours of a hurried face, dancing in the air without a single sound, never touching down upon the heavy ground, suspended in a moment of absolute grace, looking for a peaceful and abandoned place. Symphony of dust motes in the morning rain, floating through the hours of a quiet day, holding on to nothing as the currents spin, letting all the magic of the room begin. Light and slow, where the golden beams of illumination go. Fingers brushing softly on the woolen sleeve. Nothing in this universe is hard to leave, just a tiny particle of history, locked inside a beautiful and warm mystery. Sunlight shifting slowly as the morning turns, giving up the lessons that the spirit learns, resting in the center of a golden cloud, speaking to the silence without being loud. Symphony of dust motes in the morning rain, floating through the hours of a quiet day, holding on to nothing as the currents spin, letting all the magic of the room begin. Golden beam fading out, quiet room.
Gathering the fragments from a woolen coat, like the little message in a tiny boat, floating in the corners of a quiet space, where the heavy world has left a gentle trace. Acoustic arpeggio keeping up the chime, stitching up the rents of a departed time. Cello strings vibrating with a mournful sigh, watching all the silent moments wander by. Dust and fat fabric fibers floating in the beam, living in the border of a waking dream. Nothing needs a label, nothing needs a name. Every single particle is not the same. Weight of lint collecting in a velvet box, while the steady pendulum securely rocks, holding on to scraps of what we used to wear, breathing in the silence of the evening air. Soft and deep, secrets that the heavy fabrics want to keep. Spinning round and round inside a quiet mind, leaving all the heavy architecture behind. Soft and unpretentious as a fallen hair, resting in the middle of an empty chair. Unseen threads connecting everything we touch. We don't need to look for anything so much, just a tiny whisper of a textile trace, resting quietly within a hollow space. Collecting in a velvet box, while the steady pendulum securely rocks, holding on to scraps of what we used to wear, breathing in the silence of the evening air. Softly sweet, quiet room. Letters written on a page of thin white wool, every sentence heavier than it looks. Tears and ocean water share the self-same taste. Nothing in this quiet room is put to waste. Finger-picked guitars are crying in the dark, leaving down a faint and microscopic mark. Cello humming softly underneath the floor. Open up a rusty, half-forgotten door. Ink is bleeding slowly where the paper drops, in a slow emotion that completely stops, holding on to fragments of a fading year, wishing that your quiet voice was standing near. Ink and salt upon a quiet wooden shelf, writing down the secrets of my hidden self, letting go of anchors in a sea of gray, washing every unsaid syllable away. Nowhere else for either of us here to go. Shadows lengthen softly softly on the quiet wall, catching every microphonic gentle fall. Nothing left to prove and nothing left to hide, just the steady current moving deep inside. Dry the ink, so remain quiet night.
Air leaving lungs in an exhausted wave, releasing all the tension that the body gave. Sound of a relief that has no words to speak, making every defense mechanism weak. Acoustic guitar chords sustaining the release, offering the spirit an unexpected peace. Upright bass dropping with a heavy sigh, watching all the complicated reasons die. Cello strings vibrating with a mournful breath, simulating life and simulating death. Shoulders dropping downward from the tightened ear, clearing out the clutter and the residue of fear. Sometimes an expression is a gust of wind blowing through the places where we discipline. No explanation needed for the heavy breath, just a soft surrender to the quiet death. Anatomy of a sighing chest at rest, putting all the heavy calculations to the test. Exhaling the burden of a weary day, watching every particle of stress dissolve away. Dropping every anchor as we fall asleep. Inhale the silence of the empty waiting room, exhale the shadow of the afternoon gloom. Nothing is as honest as a tired chest asking for nothing other than a simple rest. Breathing in the quiet of the closing night, breathing out the remnants of artificial light. Lungs expanding slowly in a rhythmic wave, taking all the comfort that the silence gave. Anatomy of a sighing chest at rest, putting all the heavy calculations to the test. Exhaling the burden of a weary day, watching every particle of stress dissolve away. Exhale slow, quiet breath, deep sleep. Drawing maps of countries that don't have a name, every midnight border looking just the same. Pillows growing heavy with a silent dream, sailing down an unremembered dark blue stream. Muted bass notes walking through a quiet town as the eyelids slowly and securely down. Fingers tracing patterns on the mattress hem, visiting a world of long forgotten men, crossing over mountains made of down and fleas, finding in the darkness an absolute peace. No alarms are ringing in this phantom state. Nobody is waiting by a closing gate. Cartography of slumber in the velvet night, drawing every contour out of missing light, floating on the surface of a deep abyss, waking up from nothing with a quiet kiss. Oh, drift away to a land where daylight never has to stay. Stars are burning softly on the ceiling white, guiding every sleeper through the velvet height, letting go of tension in a rhythmic wave, taking all the comfort that the shadows gave. Unmapped territories opening their doors, walking silently on imaginary floors. Nothing can disturb the quiet of the night, fading softly out of waking sight. Surface of a deep abyss, waking up from nothing with a quiet kiss. Close the eyes, dreaming deep, silence wins. Embers glowing softly in the iron grate, waiting for a moment that is coming late. Cracking sounds of timber in the quiet room, pushing back the borders of the evening gloom. Acoustic guitar playing out a simple tune, waiting for the rising of a winter moon. A bright bass vibrating with the warmth untold, keeping off the bitterness of outside cold. Cello strings are humming like a distant choir, sitting in the presence of the dying fire. Sparks of orange leaping up to disappear, washing out the remnants of an old-time fear. Heat is fading slowly from the heavy stone, making sure I know I'm sitting here alone. Not a single worry in the glowing light, surrender to the magic of a silent night. Echoes of the hearth in an empty place, warming up the lines of an unsmiling face. Nothing is as comforting as burning wood, living in a moment that is understood. Warm and slow, where the quiet ashes of the evening go. Ashes turning gray upon the heavy hearth, finishing the cycle of a winter's birth. Listening to whispers of the dying coal, resting every corner of a weary soul. Timber collapsing into glowing dust, keeping up a quiet and unbroken trust. Fire turning down into a sleepy red, time to pull the covers up around the bed. Echoes of the hearth in an empty place, warming up the lines of an unsmiling face. Nothing is as comforting as burning wood, living in a moment that is understood. Dying fire, quiet ash, sleepy night. Paper lanterns hanging low in the evening room, chasing out the shadows from the heavy gloom. Wax is dripping slowly down the wooden base, leaving down a quiet and familiar trace. Finger-picked guitars are ringing soft and slow. Nowhere else in all the world we have to go. A bright bass vibrating like a beating heart, keeping all the pieces of the night apart. Cello strings are weeping in a minor key, sailing down an unremembered quiet sea. Dust is dancing softly in the yellow beam, living on the borders of a quiet dream. Flame is flickering as though it wants to speak, making every
that the evening wants so much to keep. Week is getting shorter as the hours pass, looking at the reflection on the window glass. Acoustic arpeggio maintaining time, turning every moment into silent rhyme. Shadows stretching outward to the bedroom wall, catching every microphonic gentle fall. Nothing left to worry, nothing left to prove, just a quiet stillness and a gentle groove. Paper lanterns burning in the fading light, guiding every phantom through the velvet night. Nothing needs a reason, nothing needs a word, just the quiet music that has barely stirred. Flame goes out, quiet room, darkness settles.
World reduced to shades of silver, gray, and black. No desire ever for color back. Charcoal sketches drawn upon a paper sheet, where the lonely thoughts and quiet feelings meet. Acoustic arpeggio playing out a tone, proving that it's beautiful to be alone. Upright bass walking with a somber, heavy grace, filling up the corners of an empty space. Cello weeping softly underneath the line, marking out the borders of a dark design. Shadows falling cleanly on the plaster wall, not a single color in the room at all. Stripping off the layers of the loud highway, living in a palette where the shadows stay. Quiet as a winter morning in the snow, watching all the vibrant decorations go. Monochrome solitude in a world of white, hiding from the noise of artificial light. Every shade of gray, a story to be told, worth more than a mountain of synthetic gold. Dark and deep, secrets that the quiet pencil wants to keep. Graphite lines dissolving in a gentle smudge, not a single person here to count or judge. Resting in the beauty of a minimalist frame, without any title or a spoken name. Black and white embracing in a timeless bond, looking at a future that is far beyond. Nothing needs to sparkle, nothing needs to shine, just this quiet rhythm and a single line.
Ceramic vessel holding up the bitter steam, waking up the edges of a morning dream. Liquid amber cooling down beside my hand, written like a message in the desert sand. Acoustic guitar plucking out a steady line, tasting every drop of an unhurried wine. Upright bass providing a foundation deep, while the rest of morning is half asleep. Cello strings sustaining a reflective sigh, watching all the vapor rise into the sky. Porcelain is cracked along the painted rim, in this atmosphere so beautiful and dim. Holding on to warmth while it begins to fade, thinking of the choices that we ever made. Every sip a meditation on the past. Nothing in this universe was built to last. Philosophy of teacups in the morning chill, knowing how to harbor what is standing still, emptying the vessel to the very base, finding an enlightenment in hollow space. Warm and clear, whispering the secrets that we long to hear. Leaves settled down at the bottom of the cup, telling up a story that is looking up. Not a single answer to a heavy doubt, just the bitter liquid flowing in and out. Steam disappearing into empty air, leaving only stillness sitting on the chair. Ceramic cooling down against my open palm, giving up the chaos for a quiet calm. Philosophy of teacups in the morning chill, knowing how to harbor what is standing still, emptying the vessel to the very base, finding an enlightenment in hollow space. Empty cup, quiet mind, morning peace. Teacup sitting empty on a windowsill, in a room where everything is standing still. Fine layer of powder settling on the rim, as the afternoon is getting faint and dim. Cello singing notes of undisturbed repose, guiding where the gentle river softly goes. Fingers brushing over glaze that used to shine, marking out
the passage of a slow timeline.
Fragile things are sacred in their quiet way,
not demanding anything from yesterday,
just existing softly in the dusty air,
without any burden or a single care. Porcelain and dust upon a quiet ledge, living on the margin of a razor's edge. Nothing can disturb the stillness in this room, hiding from the noise inside a gentle gloom. Pure and white,
holding on to beauty in the fading light. Sunlight fading out behind the curtain fold,
turning all the copper into silent gold.
Not a single crack upon the fragile bowl,
healing up the corners of a weary soul.
Silent afternoon wrapping round the glass,
watching all the quiet shadows gently pass.
Nothing ever breaks unless we make it fall,
standing safely by the plaster wall. Porcelain and dust upon a quiet ledge, living on the margin of a razor's edge. Nothing can disturb the stillness in this room, hiding from the noise inside a gentle gloom. Leave it there,
undisturbed,
peaceful dust. Tree branches swaying by the window frame, casting dark silhouettes without a name, moving back and forth across the white wall, catching every pattern as the shadows fall. Acoustic guitar matching up the gentle sway, dancing with the ghosts of a departed day. Upright bass stepping with a silent grace, tracing out the contours of the vacant space. Cello pad weeping with a steady chord, writing down a story that was never scored. Moonlight filtering through curtains made of lace, showing every wrinkle of an ancient place. Theater of shadows on a plaster screen, showing all the places that we should have been, moving like a phantom in a silent dance, caught inside a meditative deep trance. Shadows on the plaster, moving to and fro, writing down the secrets that we used to know, watching every contour stretch and disappear when the early morning starts to glimmer near. Where the painted phantoms of the evening go. Branches writing letters in the dim moonlight, grammar of the darkness in the middle of the night. Not a single voice to interrupt the show, just the steady shadows moving nice and slow. Plaster walls absorbing every silent sign, tracing out a delicate and winding line. Wind is dying down outside the window glass, watching all the phantom characters out past. Shadows on the plaster, moving to and fro, writing down the secrets that we used to know. Watching every contour stretch and disappear when the early morning starts to glimmer near. Shadows fade, white wall, quiet morning.
Rooms beneath the surface where no sound can reach, far away from anything that towns can teach.
Stone walls keeping out the turbulence of air. Nothing else can touch you when you're sitting there.
Acoustic guitar playing notes of heavy lead, resting like a quiet halo round the head. Upright bass rumbling in a subterranean scale, telling up an ancient and forgotten tale.
Cello strings echoing against the damp rock,
keeping up a rhythm like a broken clock.
moisture gathering upon the ancient floor, closing up a heavy insecure stone door. Pressure the earth above is soft and deep, guiding every heartbeat into heavy sleep. No alarms can penetrate this stony vault, bringing every nervous energy to a halt. Subterranean quietude in stone and clay, far away from trouble of the modern day, breathing in the mineral and heavy damp, guided by the flickering of an oil lamp. Deep below, where the tranquil waters of the cavern go.
Shadows stretching outward in the torchless hall, nothing left to conquer and nowhere to fall.
Resting in the center of the planet's core, not desiring anything or anyone anymore. Earth embracing everything within its arms, safe from
lucky tune. Subterranean quietude in stone and clay, far away from trouble of the modern day, breathing in the mineral and heavy damp, guided by the flickering of an oil lamp. Deep stone, dark room, absolute calm. Shaft of light descending on the wooden floor, illuminating things we never saw before. Millions of particles floating in the beam, living out the chapters of a quiet dream. Acoustic guitar plucking out a gentle chord, praising every beauty that is unexplored. Upright bass humming like an ancient string, celebrating everything the shadows bring. Cello pad sustaining a magnificent repose, guiding where the river of the morning goes. Nothing has a weight in this ethereal space. Time has lost the contours of a hurried face, dancing in the air without a single sound, never touching down upon the heavy ground, suspended in a moment of absolute grace, looking for a peaceful and abandoned place. Symphony of dust, motes in the morning ray, floating through the hours of a quiet day, holding on to nothing as the currents spin, letting all the magic of the room begin. Light and slow, where the golden beams of illumination go. Fingers brushing softly on the woolen sleeve. Nothing in this universe is hard to leave, just a tiny particle of history, locked inside a beautiful and warm mystery. Sunlight shifting slowly as the morning turns, giving up the lessons that the spirit learns, resting in the center of a golden cloud, speaking to the silence without being loud. Symphony of dust, motes in the morning ray, floating through the hours
fading out, quiet room.
Gathering the fragments from a woolen coat, like the little message in a tiny boat, floating in the corners of a quiet space, where the heavy world has left a gentle trace. Acoustic arpeggio keeping up the chime, stitching up the rents of a departed time. Cello strings vibrating with a mournful sigh, watching all the silent moments wander by. Dust and fabric fibers floating in the beam, living in the border of a waking dream. Nothing needs a label, nothing needs a name. Every single particle is not the same. Weight of lint collecting in a velvet box, while the steady pendulum securely rocks, holding on to scraps of what we used to wear, breathing in the silence of the evening air. Soft and deep, secrets that the heavy fabrics want to keep. Spinning round and round inside a quiet mind, leaving all the heavy architecture behind. Soft and unpretentious as a fallen hair, resting in the middle of an empty chair. Unseen threads connecting everything we touch. We don't need to look for anything so much, just a tiny whisper of a textile trace, resting quietly within a hollow space. Collecting in a velvet box, while the steady pendulum securely rocks, holding on to scraps of what we used to wear, breathing in the silence of the evening air. Softly sweet, quiet room. Letters written on a page of thin white wool, every sentence heavier than it looks. Tears and ocean water share the self-same taste. Nothing in this quiet room is put to waste. Finger-picked guitars are crying in the dark, leaving down a faint and microscopic mark. Cello humming softly underneath the floor. Open up a rusty, half-forgotten is bleeding slowly where the paper drops in a slow emotion that completely stops, holding on to fragments of a fading year, wishing that your quiet voice was standing near. Ink and salt upon a quiet wooden shelf, writing down the secrets of my hidden self, letting go of anchors in a sea of gray, washing every unsaid syllable away. Nowhere else for either of us here to go. Shadows lengthen softly on the quiet wall, catching every microphonic gentle fall. Nothing left to prove and nothing left to hide, just the steady current moving deep inside. Dry the ink, so remain quiet night.